Hello, and welcome to episode 11 of Talking About. This week, I don't know how to describe this fella because he is a highly creative, unorthodox theatre maker. I met him many years ago, but just recently I've gotten to know him rather well. But I'll let him tell his story. So would you welcome Jit Yang? Hi, Jit.
Hi.
Hi. Oh, you're so...
What do you mean you don't know how to introduce me?
What? I didn't know how to introduce you.
Yeah, you're like, I don't know how to introduce you.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So, why don't we start at the beginning? How did you start in theatre?
Started in high school.
Uh-huh.
I think a lot of Malaysian kids also start off there.
Right.
So I did a drama club, high school drama club. We had like a team of like 3 very dedicated English teachers.
Oh.
Yeah, so...
What school was this, if you don't mind me asking?
SMK Taman C.
Taman C.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, so one Doreen, one Ernest, Miss Anne.
Oh.
Yeah, shout out to the 3 of them. They really got us started. So I started the drama club. And then when I was a junior, I think that's when I first met you, Farida. You guys had a drama competition for like high school students.
This was at Bangsa. Yes.
Yeah. So it was 6. I was 16.
Were you involved in?
I was.
Ah.
Yeah. I was like, wow, like professional theatre. It was really fun.
But you were a bit chubbier then, right?
A bit bigger, for sure. Yeah. And then after high school, I did T4IP here with Chris.
That's right, yes.
And then, seeing everybody work here and then seeing the facilities here, seeing how like there were full-time theatre artists.
Yes.
It really was like, for me, kind of solidified my want to do it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh wow, people actually do this for a living, you know.
Yeah.
So then I went off to get my degree. I went to America, I went to NYU to get my degree.
Yeah.
And then came back
a very
here.
prestigious degree, actually.
Yeah. I was quite lucky to be able to go to NYU.
But you also spent time in the National Theatre.
And National Theatre in the UK.
Yes.
I studied at RADA for like a semester. Yeah. So
how was that compared to Tisch?
I mean, very different for sure because I went to RADA specifically for Shakespeare.
Right.
It was a Shakespeare intensive course. So it was really different. The city was wildly different. So, but I'm really glad that NYU had this kind of partnership with RADA. So I got to go for one.
But RADA, very difficult to get into, or this was part of your Tisch program.
Yeah, so you had to audition. You had to audition. Yeah, you have to audition to get into this program at RADA.
Right.
So I think I did that my 3rd year, if I'm not mistaken.
And how long were you there for? 6 months.
In RADA, I was there for 1 semester. So I think 4 to 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And that was very different to your time in New York?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. In what way?
I think number 1, the city is really different for me. It's my first time to London and to New York, right? But in terms of the learning, because the only 3rd year students are allowed to go into RADA, so you don't just get in as a brand new NYU student. So I guess it was more intensive at RADA. They kind of treated you like you had some training under your belt already.
Right.
It was a great program.
When you went to NYU, were you expecting what you got, or was it something of a shock to the system or a surprise to what you had to go through?
I had an expectation.
Right.
And of course, it was just a very shallow expectation. I didn't know much about anything, right? Actor training or anything. But I just knew I wanted to train and study. And going there was really challenging. It was really mind expanding. Any preconceived notion I had was just blown out of the water, completely blown out of the water.
So it was a whole new set of disciplines and
Yeah,
Yes,
for
you were
sure.
gonna say,
It's
you were going to say
ridiculous.
shit, right?
No, yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, so beyond anything I actually thought it was going to be.
Right.
And one of the biggest things was like, so all theater students have to take theater studies, so kind of the theoretical portion. And I thought I wasn't going to NYU for that, the theater studies, the kind of the theory. I was going there to like train as an actor, practice, right, like the practical stuff. But the theater studies department was amazing, like full of like really bright professors who spend their whole lives just studying the theories and the academic side of theater and theater making. It was that really blew me away. I was like, I thought this was going to be like, it's theory, okay, but yeah, it was really mind expanding, that one. Yeah.
Did your years of being involved in theatre in high school and then doing T4YP, did that sort of lay any foundation for you, or was it just skimming the surface?
I think definitely set the foundations.
It did, did it?
Yeah, for sure. And I went in, and my classmates as well, all of them had experience under their belt.
Right.
They did it in high schools themselves. Some of them came from performing arts high schools, which are quite popular in America. So all of them had experience. So I brought mine as well. So that was really good. I think without joining T4IP or without the drama club in high school, I doubt I would have gone to NYU to study.
Right.
I doubt I would even be in theatre.
Yeah.
So definitely because of what happened in high school, because I joined T4IP, really set it up for me to go to New York.
But what do you think about the fact that there are very few high schools now in Malaysia where you can get some kind of involvement in performing arts? I mean, there aren't that many, are there?
Government schools, I think close to none. Like those competitions that you used to host, that the government used to host, I don't think they are anymore.
They don't.
Yeah. So I think that's a huge shame, I think.
Right.
And I hope we can bring it back somehow, because a lot of us get our start there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think, would you agree with me that that's probably one of our biggest problems in getting young people involved in the performing arts?
I mean, yeah, for sure. Education is a big thing. I think also that opportunity, I guess.
Yeah.
Like I think 1 out of 10 of us in that drama club pursued the arts.
Right.
Or maybe 2 out of 10. But it really, because of that, right, you get the next generation of artists.
Yeah.
And I think drama education, right, like performing arts education is very vital. But yeah, now the opportunities are less and less. So I can see why, it's not on the national agendas, the arts. Right. I can see why perhaps getting a lot more people coming to the theatres or coming to perform, but I don't know. I think it definitely helped.
Right.
And without them, I don't know what we've lost without them.
Right.
Yeah, we won't know what we've lost.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that some people were like, there's this part of me that wants to perform, part of me wants to be an artist, but then because they don't have those avenues, like the drama clubs, the competitions, whatever, then perhaps they don't do it. So it's really great that T4IP keeps going, because I think that's how it starts, right? For a lot of us, T4IP.
So after you finished your studies abroad, did you come back to Malaysia straight away, or?
I spent close to 1 year in the States, because as part of your visa, you can stay there for 1 year.
Right.
And then after that, I came back to KL.
Right. And when you were there for that 1 year, you were involved in theatre? You were doing theatre work?
Yeah, well, I co-directed, I think, one show in that 1 year.
Right.
Yeah, with fellow classmates of mine.
Yes.
They started up a theatre company, Shout Alone Theatre Company. And I was brought in as a director. I directed a piece like off Broadway.
Right.
Yeah, really small theatre, really fun. Good
30,
experience.
40 people? Maybe?
I think 40,
that sort of thing.
40, 60 people, Small space, but really great. experimental devised work about like people who live in the subway tunnels in New York.
Okay.
Yeah, we did a piece about that.
Right.
And then after that, I came back to KL. Yeah, I worked with Chris again.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the first time I saw you after you came
Yeah,
back.
yeah, you came to see the
I
show.
came to see your show, and I was. I think my comment to you after the show was, "Jit, I didn't understand a word of it, but I loved it." But I mean, you have a reputation for being quite a out there kind of director.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you have as a theatre maker. Yes. But you studied as an actor. Yeah. And this is the one thing that in some of these interviews that we've been doing, with talking about, we've been speaking to some people, and it becomes more and more apparent that if you're involved in the performing arts in this country, you've got to be able to do more than one thing. You can't just say, I'm going to be an actor. I mean, you can, but it doesn't broaden your horizons very much at all. But you studied as an actor.
Yep.
And most of your work has been as a director, right?
Yeah. So this is the thing, right? After T4IP, because you train as an actor at T4IP under Chris, right? So I was just acting. Then he had this small program where he brought back the alumni, like a T4IP labs or something, I remember. So then that's when I started directing. And then when I was in high school, when I was a senior in high school, so I started off in the drama club as an actor as well.
Right.
But then when I became a senior, then I directed. So I always, I enjoyed directing. I really liked that I could make choices about the bigger picture, about the piece as a whole, you know. But then after T4IP, then when I got into university, I was like, I think I need to go back and like train as an actor again, you know.
Yeah.
I thought like training as an actor would definitely help the way I direct, the way I speak to actors. I get to understand the process a bit more. Right. So then I trained as an actor. I applied to train as an actor at NYU. And funnily enough, that when I was training as an actor there, a lot of my teachers were always telling me that I didn't get the point of the exercises. That's definitely true. I didn't get the point. As an actor, because I was thinking about things that only the director should be thinking about. Okay. And I was trying to set up the atmosphere, kind of what the audience is looking at. And my teachers were like, "This is not exercise shit. You need to be like focus on this instead." So, but after my 2 years as an actor, training as an actor, which was completely better. Like some things I still, I mean, you will know, right? You take away so much from these classes.
But I have had a wonderful experience with you as an actor. I directed you in a play recently. Man
for All Seasons.
Thank you, Man for All Seasons.
Was it last year? Was it 2019? Oh my goodness.
And what I truly enjoyed about working with you was that all it required from me as the director was a little suggestion, and then you'd go away and you'd work on it, and then you'd come back and bingo. There'd be this whole thing that you as an actor would, which is I believe what every actor should do. Should work and so when you said that your professors or you said that, hey, no, Jit, you're approaching it all the wrong way. Is it because of your wanting to be a good actor, or is it because you felt that, oh no, I can make this better, I can plan it this way? Or
I don't know, because the exercise, it was distinctly in this moment where we had to like take kind of like the nursery rhymes, I think.
Yes.
So the exercise was to use these nursery rhymes as the text as an actor.
Yes.
But then you had to craft the imaginary circumstance around it.
Yes.
So I spent a lot of the time crafting the circumstances.
Right.
Yeah, right. I really put a lot of thought and effort into it. And so my teacher said that the focus was a bit off, right?
Okay.
So I created like really great like scenarios or like scenes. But I guess that's what they meant. Yeah. But working with, I've always like but it's just like a small little comment, I think.
But you enjoy acting.
I do,
I thought so. Sure. I mean, it's obvious when you're on stage. You It's obvious that you enjoy it.
I love it.
But you as a director, I have seen several of your productions, and my mind always gets blown.
Okay.
No, really,
Thank you.
it does. It gets blown because of the way you work and because of what you do and the manner in which you do it. It's very imaginative. It's very out there. It's very risky. You're very edgy. And is that something that you purposely set out to do, or is it just what you really like to do?
I think, I think I always like finding what the rules are of the theatre, or like the contracts that the theatre sets up, and then play around with those rules and see how much I can bend them or break them.
Yeah.
Right, like for the last one, like for example, Losertown, which I directed. It's at Studio 9.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, that was crazy.
Yeah, so
it was like a rock concert.
Yeah, right? Like I was...
With you as a postman.
Yes, exactly. So I was devising the piece in Studio 9, and then with the full-on idea that it might go to Pentas 2 or to a full-on stage or INDICINE. But the more we rehearsed in Studio 9, the more I felt like this is kind of our space. It's like it's the narrowest of all the studios, tucked away in the furthest corner in klpac. I'm like, and the title was Losertown. Like, what better place, right? You're Losertown, go to the loser studio, no windows, right? Yeah.
You die of suffocation.
Yeah, so you just go to the loser studio. So, yeah, I like to see the kind of the rules of of theatre making, and then I always try and find something interesting, something new to play with. Yeah, I'm very also interested in like the relationship to the audience, like the piece and the audience. So a lot of my pieces always deals with the audience, the contract with the audience. What do we do with the audience? Who is the audience? When they come in, do we, like the first show you saw at Chris's
theatre, yes.
Theatre360, right?
Yes.
As soon as the audience came in, they were greeted by the actors.
Yes.
They were all in towels and they were like, yeah, come please sit, I'm still getting ready, please come sit. And you had to take your own chair. Right? So yeah, I would try to play around with that contract. And I always kind of believe like, if you take the audience away from my pieces, I hope they die. Like they cannot survive without the audience. Yeah. So if you start there, then I think a lot of things you can start to unfold, and then so I don't set out to like be like whoa, but a lot of my inspirations are people who like kind of push the boundaries a bit, a bit more abstract perhaps.
And a lot of your work is devised, isn't it? You do a lot of devised work.
Yeah, ever since coming back, I've only devised. Unity, which is my next thing. That'll be my first foray into text. Even then, it was as a film project. Even then, I still haven't done a stage. Yeah. Well,
you've mentioned Unity. Let's talk about that for a minute, right?
Sure.
You've taken a play. Right. Canadian play, right?
Canadian play. Yeah.
And because of, I suppose, the circumstances of COVID-19. You have decided to present the play a la film. Yeah. What kind of an experience has that been?
So first time on a film set. It's first time for me as being a director on the film set. So a lot of learning. It was really challenging, thinking about cameras and angles, and the setting up was different. But I think I just had to trust my camera person, Brian and Ali. I just had to trust them that their eye will capture, or their camera will capture whatever the actors were giving. Yeah. But I think the biggest takeaway for me as a director, like on the piece, was that the actors are a good starting point, it should be the starting point. Especially when you don't have an audience, right? So the audience is the camera person. So it's for me, like sometimes I thought I had to worry about where the camera was moving, but then I thought, and Dawn, my fiance partner / co-director, she also reminded me of this all the time, that I think the actors is the perfect place to start. They all bring their suggestions, they will bring in their choices, and then from there we can craft.
Right.
So I didn't have to come up with all the answers.
Yeah.
So we started with the actors. So I think that was the biggest takeaway for Unity.
Right. And you chose the play for what reason?
So Unity 1918 is by Kevin Kerr, written by Kevin Kerr. He's a Canadian playwright. I did it when I finished my second year of drama school. So it was very like naturalism, bit realism in theatre. So because I study under the Meisner technique, it's realism, naturalism, right? Realism, I would say. So that piece, and it's a really actor's piece, you know, a lot of subtext. A lot of the characters don't say what they mean all the time. And so it was about the pandemic, about the flu pandemic of 1918, the Spanish flu.
So very relevant.
Very relevant, yeah. So as soon as the pandemic of 2020 hit, me and my friends from my alumni friends, my whole cohort, we were starting to text each other. We were like, "How are you guys doing?"
Yeah.
So we thought we did the research. We thought we knew kind of what it was like. You know, as an actor, you do the research. We thought, we kind of know what it feels like to go through a pandemic, but we had no idea. Come 2020, we were like, so many things I've revisited about the play.
Right.
So the play talks about wearing masks. The play talks about schools being closed, how the people deal with it, how it was a lot of young people that fell sick and died.
It could be a play about today, right?
A lot of the words, we read it now, you're like, this could have been written, about this pandemic.
Right.
Yeah, so that's why I wanted to do it again.
Right.
I just thought how interesting that humans have come here.
Right.
You know, 102 years ago, this pandemic happened. And now in 2020, 102 years from then, we've come to the same place, asking the same questions.
Yeah.
But of course, the play was not written in 1918. Written in 2010, I believe, or 10 years ago. Yeah. So, but I think just the parallels was super interesting. Okay. Yeah. So that's why
there are two more things I want to discuss with you. One is the play project. The
play project.
The new play project. Yeah. What brought that about? And maybe you'd like to explain a little bit about it.
Okay, so the new play project, I think was 3 years ago now. I think, if I believe, 2017 or 2018. So I wanted to direct a local play, a new local play, but I just was like, I didn't know where to start.
Right.
Yeah, I couldn't find any. People pointed me in the direction of the greats, the classics, right? So I thought, okay, interesting. Then I thought, maybe then I can facilitate in the finding or making of new plays.
Right.
So we had an open call. We gathered like any eager playwright, come together, and then for one whole year we worked with them, workshop it, workshop with actors. Yeah, so in the end we had like 4 playwrights: Ridwan Saidi, Juno Ulhefen, Adi Wijaya Iskandar, and Terence Stowe.
Right.
So we published the plays, under your guidance as well, of course.
But
right?
you also had
support.
some wonderful mentors, didn't you?
Yeah. We had Harish Sharma from Necessary Stage come
Joe
Joe
Kukatas.
Kukatas and Namron.
Namron, Well, hey, that's a bloody good lineup.
I just wanted to make sure, I just wanted to encourage new playwrights. And if the new play project could be that platform, and for full length as well, because I felt like short and sweet always did well. For example, here at klpac, right? A lot of people writing 10-minute pieces, but then when you want to write something longer, you need kind of maybe more support. You kind of need more guidance or just I don't know, more time. So I try to craft that space with the new play project.
Right. One last thing, because I'm getting the wind up here. The academy.
Yes.
You've recently taken on the role of creative head of the Actor Studio Academy here at klpac. Which is wonderful, I think. Are you enjoying it? Or is it too early yet?
still getting a hand on the job scope. But a lot of administrative work right now.
But what do you think the importance of it is? Especially because you're dealing with much younger folk.
Again, I always go back to how I started.
Right.
Because if something like that can happen to even just 1 or 2 kids that go through our doors, come through our doors, that would be great. You know, to find that artist in the child that wants
Yeah.
to keep going, keep nurturing, right? And then the academy can be that place where we nurture that.
Yeah.
And so I feel like academy right now has kind of two main functions, right? First is to educate, right? To all the basics of theatre, the disciplines of theatre, how to use the voice, how to use your body, right? Kind of the fundamentals, what stage left is, what stage right is. And this can go on for quite some time for the children, for the kids, our students. But then I think it comes to a certain point where then they keep coming back to perhaps nourish something else.
Right.
So then, to nourish and enrich is that second thing. So the education can, there's XYZ you can teach about the theatre.
Right.
But nourishing the talent, nourishing the want to tell stories and how to tell stories, that can keep going on and on and on. So I think those two main prongs, I feel.
Okay. Okay. Really have to stop now.
All right.
But thank you very much, Jit.
you.
It's been most enlightening, and I'm sure you can look at that camera. I'm sure the audience will get a lot out of this, and maybe get to understand you a little bit more because you're quite a complex character.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
That was Jit Yang, and he was sharing some of his experiences in the world of theatre. Thank you for joining us, and look out for next week. Bye.